Hello, it's me, Zero Kirby.
And it's me, NegaSonic2277.
And welcome to Super Mario 64.
The rebirth of our tag team commentary series.
Oh, yes. But this one's different from usual. I'm not playing
Yes.
at all. I'm also not doing the editing.
Well, not the video editing, at least.
Not the video editing. I'm putting in the commentary tracks.
Yes.
But
because we are both busy at odd times during the week.
Yes, so what you're going to see here is NegaSonic both playing and editing the videos.
Shocker.
So this is going to be new.
Yeah, there'll be some interesting things going on in this game, so, yeah. Let's just see how it plays out. And I didn't try to just scroll through a lot of the dialogue super quick. I tried to make it, at least viewable for some people who are new. Although, as old as this game really is, it's not very new.
It's not really like the dialogue in this game is that important. It's not like The Legend of Zelda where you should read it.
Yeah.
That guy just tells you the camera controls and that's it.
Pretty much. Yep, nobody's home.
Now that's just rude.
Now get out.
I wasn't told there would be cake. I want the cake.
I was lied to.
What is in my cake?
Where's my Yoshi? I want to go back home.
Ah, man.
Back in the day, this was actually the very first game, console and game itself that I ever played growing up. Was the 64 and Super Mario 64.
I had a Super Nintendo and a few games on it, but Super Mario World was one of them. So when I was a kid, it was the first 3D Mario game, the first really 3D game I ever played. Well, not really. I had Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time first, but we got Super Mario 64, and man, it was just amazing.
Yeah.
Blew my mind.
Loved it. Made a mistake.
Oops. Oh!
Now, granted, before I actually started doing any of the recording for Super Mario 64, I had recently, thanks to my buddy Zero Kirby here, did a little bit of Super Mario Star Road.
Oh, yes.
And got a little bit of my incompetence coming back when I played that game. But needless to say, patched it up quite a bit when I played the classic Super Mario 64, thankfully.
Yeah. And who knows, maybe we'll take a look at Star Road one of these days.
Yeah. Now here's something you can do if you want to get back on his other side quickly, other than walking right into him. Just backflip, and usually he doesn't actually track your movements very well. So it's a quick way to get this boss done quickly.
Yeah. A lot of the bosses in this game are 3 hits and they're down.
Unlike Star Road.
Ow!
And a lot of the sound bites are reused for enemies.
Oh, yeah.
But, this is old school tech, so, no complaints.
Yeah. This was like one of the first 3D platforming games.
That
and
was
really
actually
the first 3D,
amazingly done.
The first 3D platform game to get it right. Not everything is perfect in this game. The camera is pretty bad. But, as far as at the time, like, this was something that had never been seen. I mean, behind this, there was Bubsy 3D. Well, I mean, Bubsy 3D came out after this game, but, it's Bubsy 3D.
Right. Now, I like what I did here, because I started going by, and then I realized, oh, wait, the cannon hasn't been activated. I might as well just do that now and get that out of the way. So I kind of pulled a little sonic screech and reversed.
Most levels have a cannon in it that you can activate by talking to these pink bombs here.
They don't bite, so feel free to talk to them. Now, as the beginning said, in order to get the golden star here, it said a race with Koopa the Quick. So this will be the race sequence. And a little fanfare.
Unlike later Mario games, which show you where the star is or where an objective is, this game, it gives you a hint in the star name, and then it just drops you into level to figure things out.
To a barrel roll. But anyway, yes. And when I actually did the recording the first time, unfortunately, I fell off that bridge there, thanks to the chain chomp. I jumped in the air and he actually knocked me off, unfortunately. But needless to say, I re-recorded, thankfully. Still taking damage, but you know, a little damage never hurt Mario. You'll get it back just by staying in some water.
Those bowling balls are wrecking you.
This was the few times I introduced the Mario Cam. Thankfully, it's good in certain situations, but not all the time. It just puts you behind Mario.
As you can see, the camera is not really ideal sometimes. Lakitu Cam is usually like Lakitu Cam is like a developer camera that the developers put in to try and give you the best possible angle.
Right. Gives you a little more control of where it goes to, usually. Sometimes it doesn't want to go too far, though. It's like the LED cue is against the wall, and it's like, nope, I can't go through a wall, so neither can the camera. Which makes sense in retrospect.
Mario Cam's more useful for when you want to like directly control the camera. Whereas Lakitu Cam is more useful if you just don't want to care about the camera, really.
Yeah.
Most of the time you want it zoomed out, though.
That's hence the little yellow arrow underneath the camera in the bottom right corner most of the time.
Yep. And the first-person view is just useless, because it zooms right into the back of Mario's head. It's like, what's the point? Come on.
Although, later on, it will prove to be useful.
Not really.
Well, it will for actual gameplay, because in order to get into certain levels, in which I will not speak of...
Well, that's like it.
And yes, that's
as
the first
far
time
as
we use the camera.
Yep.
Now, this was interesting. A quick way to always get up here from this cannon, aim right here and straight up as high as you can. Literally, you won't go very far, but you'll get right on top.
Mm-hmm.
And oddly hit a sign. And there's your star.
Now, this star was removed in the remake on the DS.
Which I actually never got the joy of playing because I never really did get a handheld past the Game Boy Advance, and then recently a 3DS, but I've had the 3DS for a while. We now have 3 stars.
Woo.
But I don't care.
Still going to Bomb Battlefield.
Yeah, there's a few more things we can still do here before actually literally can't do anything else, and we require other items, said items, in order to obtain the star.
Yep.
And I missed.
Yeah. Now, Mario's acrobatics in this game are much more capable than they were in like previous Mario titles, but a lot of them aren't actually debuting in this game. A lot of his moves, like the double jump and stuff like that, that actually showed up first in Donkey Kong 94 on the Game Boy. And the ground pound, of course, showed up in Yoshi's Island.
So, this is what happens after you've beaten Koopa the Quick in certain levels. You can actually ride his shell in a little mini
Oh no,
version.
those are just generic Koopas.
Well, but he doesn't actually appear until usually after about part of the way through. At least this level, you have to be Koopa the Quick.
Nah, it's just in later missions. But there are some levels which just have a Koopa Troopa and absolutely no mention of Koopa the Quick whatsoever.
Now, notice earlier those bowling balls, there was originally 2 of them there, now there is 3. That's, I suppose because as you get further on through the game, the levels get harder, and yes, that bomb totally just blew himself up. But, that's the coin chimes. Needless to say, the game tends to get obviously harder as you go further on, so the more power stars you get, the harder levels get, etc., etc.
Yep.
Aim at the tree. So, as the Star said, introducing earlier, that we needed to get all 8 red ring. God, I would be the one to say rings. Coins! Red coins.
There are 8 red coins in every level. Collecting all 8 of them pops a star above the star shadow.
Don't touch the ground, it's lava.
Here we go!
And I fight. No, yep, we go in one more time, I do believe.
Yep.
Although this one is actually out of order now, because Mario wings to the sky. Mario doesn't have any wings.
We still need the wing cap. It's possible without the wing cap, it just takes a while.
And an immense amount of skill. But I just figured might as well, since we're here, get this other star. For some strange reason, locked inside the cage.
Yeah, I remember finding this star totally by accident. Well, I mean, getting it totally by accident. I was just curious, and was just like, I wonder what happens if I ground pound this. It was like, oh, well, that's cool.
I think a lot of people did that, because I remember doing that. I kept going, man, there has to be some way to get this thing out of here. I mean, obviously, back in the day, when this first really released, everybody was pretty much kids. So,
yeah.
Kids did not have a lot of intellect on how to do stuff back in the day. But, you know, you get curious enough, and eventually you'll figure stuff out.
Nope. And with that, it looks like we're nearing the end of this first part.
Yep, so we shall be seeing you all in the next part.
Mm-hmm.